Shalom and welcome, people. Welcome to Life with the Kings. I am Daniel King. I am going to talk to you not about fitness or the gym, but about land. Funny place to shoot a land video, but the only place that I could find that was quiet. So we're going to go into speaking about land, specifically buying land with Life with the Kings or with me, Daniel King. I just want to speak about the process and what it takes in order to lease land from us. All the land that we acquire is from the chief, so all the land is stool land. And if you don't know already, we have 3 estates, Yehuda, Ruby, and the latest one is Freedom City. So Yehuda village is 50 acres and Ruby village is 60 acres and Freedom is 100 acres. Now, the vision was given to me by the Most High Yahuwah in the very beginning to do Yehuda village in terms of the vision, how it looks. Everything is exactly the same in the physical when it comes to Yehuda village, which is a faith-based village. So for those believers of the Most High, for people that are in tune with being obedient and righteous and the fruits of the spirit, really. It's for those kind of people. Generally, let me just put a disclaimer out there. Before you come to me, pray about it. Please pray about it. Seek the Most High, seek the Father before you take that leap with me, because if you come and decide to lease land off of me, you are going to need faith and you are going to need patience. And any other land video you have seen me do on my channel, you always know I talk about faith and patience, and I'm sure my clients are sick of hearing me talking about patience and faith. We have close to 300 clients so far, so we've helped quite a few people lease land and also move to Ghana as well. So a lot of people we've helped move to Ghana. A lot of people are here because of the consultations that we had, because of the encouragement that we have given them. Now, we ain't for everybody and we ain't in competition with nobody. There's a lot of people in competition with us, but we ain't in competition with nobody. I'm Daniel King and nobody can do what I do, and I don't intend to do what anyone else does. You will never hear anyone else's name come out of my mouth unless it's positive. But you'll probably hear mine come out of people's mouth on the reverse. But that's all good. We send those people love and and light all day long. So everybody is out here selling land in Ghana. Some not too much integrity involved. I wouldn't go as far to call anybody scammers, but there definitely are people that scam out here in Ghana when it comes to land or anything, that you can get involved with in Ghana. Ghana is a developing country. Although it's developing rapidly and very fast, it's a developing country. And people are hungry and people hustle, and that's just the way it goes. And you have to learn how to navigate that when you get here. Learn how to navigate Ghana in a way that you don't get burnt. We came here, we got burnt, but now we have learned how to navigate, and we want it to be exactly what we are, or what we needed, should I say. We want it to be what we needed when we came here and it wasn't available. And that's, somebody to show us the ropes, to help us, really. But anyway, we kind of done it on our own with the help of my business partner, Kwame. And, since then, I think our track record speaks for itself. Like I said, 3 estates, 50 acre, 60 acre, and 100 acre. The 50 acre is complete, even though we still have a few, let me just have a look. We still have a few plots remaining in Yehuda village, or Judah village, if you like. We have a few plots remaining there. I believe we've got about 10 plots remaining in Yehuda village. I'll probably put the map up now. So all the purple spots are the available plots. And as you can see, there's a river running through the middle. If you can see that symbol on the other side of the river, it looks like a kind of shell flower. That's a space we've reserved for a worship center and homeschooling. And then you can see there's a bridge that we're also building, and at the front we've reserved a car parking space and just some commercial spaces for some of the produce that might be sold from the village, or anything else that people may want to do in Yehuda village. But like I said, it's a faith-based village. It's for those believers of the Most High. It's for the children of Israel. It's for Judah. It's for Levi. It's for Benjamin. It's for the 12 tribes of Israel. If that's not you, please leave me alone. And then we have Ruby village, which is a diaspora village. Generally, I just like people to come to me that are believers. I'll be real with you. I like believers to come to me because they tend to possess the fruits of the Spirit a little more than non-believers. And with my experience of working with people, that's just our preference. So if that's not for you, that's not for you. But I've told you what's for us, and you know, we can build a great relationship in terms of land going forward if that's what you decide to do. And then there's also Freedom City, which is really part of Yehuda, but just a bigger section. Part of Ruby, or should I say Ruby is part of Freedom. So Freedom City has Ruby Village inside, and then Yehuda Village is separate, maybe about 20 minutes down the road from there. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, definitely contact us. In Ruby Village, I think we have about 8, 12, 15, about 20 plots remaining out of 60 acres. We've got about 20 plots remaining, so going very fast. We're literally just doing all our paperwork currently for Ruby Village and about to go in and cut it up in terms of the roads and so forth. I don't really watch how people do their thing, but I know how I do my thing and how, you know, the deal that I have with the chiefs and so forth. And they will show me a piece of land and say, if you want that, Mr. King, you can take that piece of land or buy that piece of land, or lease if we're being technical. And then I would lease a piece of land, for instance, Ruby Village. This is the paperwork for Ruby Village. And then I would get stool paperwork, stool lease. This is a stool lease because the chiefs sit on a stool. This is stool land owned by the chiefs. I would obtain the main paperwork for that land, which I have for Yehuda and Ruby currently. So this paperwork is very different from what you will get as an individual if you buy off of me, because this is the paperwork that is signed and stamped by the king. So not just any old chief. This is stamped and signed by the king. His signature is here and the official stamp is there also. So what we do is we obtain the main paperwork and then we issue out the sub paperwork, which looks like this, a standard indenture, to all of our clients. Now, some people say, oh, but who owns the land? Well, technically, I am the main owner for all of the lands with this paperwork. And this is why we encourage people to register their land. Make sure you register your land. That means I can't come along and just swipe this land from underneath you or sell it from underneath you, like there's a lot of people that be doing these days, or you see on YouTube a lot of scaremongering going on. That's just what it is. Now, if you decide to come and lease land off of us, like I said, patience and faith is required. Not everything is straightforward. Yehuda Village was a very straightforward process for us, very easy, very quick. I guess because it was the Most High that put it in me and gave me the vision for it, and that worked efficiently. and we got our paperwork very fast. It's taken almost a year or just over a year to get our paperwork for Ruby Village. So things do take time. I mean, when I was transferring my name over to my granddad's land in Jamaica, that took a year. I never grumbled. I just, knew that that was the process. But I understand some Western mentalities, they want things now, they want things quick, they want things fast, they want to leave Babylon. I would say leave, but don't rely on your land and make that be an excuse or the crutch for you to, get up and go. We came here without land. There are many of our clients that come here, and I see that once they make the move, that things start to happen. And yeah, just know that anything can happen here. But if you buy land of us, the security that you're getting is that if there's any issues, we're going to overcome it. And that's what we've been able to do, with Yehuda, with Ruby, and with other individual lands. So I don't just sell land in these free estates. If you want something secluded, like you may see on our channel where we live, if you want something secluded like that, you want 10 acres, 1 acre, one plot here or there, do you know what I mean? We have a lot of lands around that people come to me and ask me if I can sell or lease. And that's something that we can definitely do. So, any issue that we have faced, we've always been able to overcome. We've not come to an issue where, we've been faced with any litigation or anything like that. We do our due diligence. We do our homework to know, to make sure we're making the right moves. People are putting their faith in us and our family. They see me on YouTube. They see me with my family. They see that I always talk about integrity, and I guess they can feel that. So that's something, I take my reputation very serious. Do I have some disgruntled customers? Most definitely. Less than 1%, because not everybody is patient, not everybody has faith, and some people just can't wait, and that can lead to problems, and then, But generally, we have a lot of satisfied customers, or clients, I like to call them, rather than customers. And, generally it's a smooth process. So like I said, I will receive this, you won't receive this. I have to get this signed by the king. Trust me, you don't want to go through the process of trying to get this paperwork. So after speaking with the chiefs, they told us that it was best that you obtain the paperwork under your name, and then as like a private owner of the estate, and then you issue individual paperwork. Like this, here's this indenture. You cover up people's name before them come tell me about privacy and all them thing there. Anyway, so generally if you're Ghanaian, you get 99 years. If you are a foreigner, you get 50 years. But we have worked out a deal with the chief that if we are foreigners, we should get 50 years with an automatic renewal of 45 years. So technically we get 95 years. And then after 95 years, I believe you have to pay about 5% of the land value to redo or to renew your land again. If you don't build on your land, or you're just farming on your land, they can take away your land at that point. But if you build, nobody is coming to take away your land in Ghana. Nobody is coming to knock down your home. There's a lot of things on YouTube where people saying, oh, they're coming to knock down your house, or this got knocked down. There are different situations. They generally, when they give you your paperwork, this is Ghana, it's developing fast. They want you to develop. So generally they give us about 2 years to develop the land and to do something on the land. If you're not doing anything on the land, then by all means, they're going to take that back. So if you just want to farm, after 2 years, so after your lease is up, if they decide they want to take back the land, then they have the right to take back the land, just because you're not developing it, and maybe the area is developing and it's not a farming area anymore and they want to develop it. But as long as you build, you are good. Nobody is coming to take away your land from you, as long as you follow the rules and you don't, mash up the land or mine on the land or do anything that you shouldn't be doing on the land. then you're good to go. You renew your land, and you can have 2 names on the paperwork. I generally tell people either they're and their spouse or they're and a younger child, just because it might be the younger child that is dealing with it in the long run. So the process is that you either go onto our website and then you can secure a plot of land there instantly, or you book a consultation where you can have a one-on-one talk with myself, an hour, where you can ask all your questions and get everything answered for you. So I won't go into too much detail. Book a consultation, but generally the process is you put down your deposit of 50%. Once you do that, we send you a receipt or / agreement. There are no refunds on the deposit. I'm gonna put that here on the video and let it be known. Reason being is once I pay the chiefs for their land, ain't nobody getting a refund back from the chief. It's just not gonna happen. What happens is you give me your deposit, we do our checks, make sure that the land is good, that there's no litigation, that it belongs to who they say it belongs to, that it's not registered and so forth. And then once we're comfortable with that, then we put forward your deposit and we give that to the chief. We're not getting that back once we pay that. If there's an issue, we will either resolve it or the chief will simply give us another land. That's just how it works here. People play like, Ghana's corrupt and this and that. And when it comes to land, most times I've seen that people have issues because they're impatient. People have issues because they didn't wait. People have issues because they gave up. So generally, if you're going to court here for land, I believe it's about 7 years before you even get heard. As a diasporan, we're just going to be like, you know what? Most of you are going to be like, you know what? I am not down for that. Like, let me just move on, cut my losses. And that's why a lot of people get caught out and, and then they start screaming from the rooftops that, Ghana's corrupt and so forth. It is a long process, but there is so many issues when it comes to land. That's the reason why there is a long wait there. We have never got into any court issues, and I never intend to. Hence the reason I like to go directly to the chiefs and buy in bulk. So once I have obtained this paperwork, well, there's no issue after that. Now all I have to do is to make sure that, I get it stamped by the king and signed by the king, and to make sure that you guys get your paperwork and that gets issued to you ASAP. Once I issue the paperwork, I will send you a digital copy. Once that digital copy, you've read over it and you agree, that's when your balance is due. And then you would sign. There's a site plan in there as well. So you get your site plan stamped with the barcode on the back. Everything is legit, the barcode, QR code, all that good stuff. And then this is the sign-in page where we sign, landowners, etc. And then you sign, and then witnesses sign, our witnesses sign. Once you've signed, you send it back to me, and then we get it stamped by the courts and the solicitors, which is on this page. All the stamps and the scribbles on there, and that gets stamped by the High Court and by the Registrar High Court in Koforidua, because that's who we are overrun by, Koforidua. It's not Accra. And then your paperwork is complete. From that point, that's everything you've paid me for. From this has been signed and sent back to you, stamped by the courts. That's what you have paid me for, to make sure that you get your land at that point. The next thing you have to do independently, or you can do it through us, is to register your land. As a foreigner and a Ghanaian, I always recommend that you register your land. If you don't want to register your land, that's your business. But I always recommend people register their land, just because it gives you that extra security, and that's a separate fee. We don't include that in the price just because it keeps going up and up and up. So yeah, register your land as soon as possible. People that have fear when it comes to buying land, what can I say to you? Well, do the other nations in Ghana fear buying land here? Do the Chinese, do the Lebanese, do the Indians fear buying land here? No, they do not. They are leasing land I keep saying buying, but just excuse me. Yeah. Are you going? You going? Okay, tomorrow. They are leasing land. They are building malls. They are building properties. They are building skyscrapers. They are building residential homes. They are building shops and restaurants. And, you know, they just go through the process and do what they got to do. When it comes to our people, we are full of fear. We are full of fear, especially when we are doing business with our own, which is crazy to me. But I've learned a hard lesson initially doing these free estates, and you know, it's taught me how to do business differently from, you know, maybe another nation would do business. Working with our own people, our own melanated people, I've realized that business has to be done a certain way. Boundaries have to be set. Things just have to be clear from the get-go, because our people are emotional, traumatized, and have a crab in a barrel mentality and are full of fear. And when they feel fear, they just want to spread it like a disease. And that ain't what we're about here with Life with the Kings. We are very humble people, loving people, down to work with our people. So, you know, when I say work, like, I would love for a group of investors to come forward and we build an apartment block for our people, so that when we come, we are not being raped by the high rent prices in Accra, you know, $3,000, $4,000 a month. But instead, we have a place that is reasonably priced and something that we have built as melanated people, or as diasporans, if you like, or as Judah, or as Benjamin, or as Levi, or as Christians, or Hebrew Israelites, whatever box you want to put people in. Like, we just need to come together more and to unite more and take a leaf out of the other nations. Although we are traumatized, although we've been hurt, although we've been inflicted, although we've been damaged and mentally slaved and colonized, we need to break that chain, and we need to stick together, come together, and stop fearing one another when it comes to putting our little mickle and muckle together to create something that is, you know, for our people. That fear is probably one of the biggest downfalls of our people. And you know, they say behind fear or in front of fear is faith. And once you have faith, then fear has no room to come in. So that's why I tell people, just pray about it. The best thing you can do before you come to me for land is pray about it. Do you know what I mean? If you ain't a praying type, then maybe go to one of those other people out there. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna name names, or maybe just go to them and just deal with them, because maybe that's your portion. Maybe this ain't your portion. Maybe you ain't meant to do work with Daniel King and Alondra King. Maybe you ain't meant to do work with Life with the Kings. Maybe we ain't meant to do business together. Maybe I ain't the one to help you come to Ghana or to, you know, lease land. Maybe somebody else is. But if the Most High tells you and points you in this direction, or you prayed about it and I popped up on your screen, then take note and be obedient. What else can I say? That's generally the process. You know, pillars and all of that stuff. You know, put pillars in so your land is, so we know where your land is with GPRS. The surveyors involved in the price, site plans involved, pillars are all included in whatever you pay us. And you know, our land prices, even though I won't put them up on this video, you can always email us and I'll give you the land prices. But let me just speak about land prices for a minute, because people go on to GG, they talk to this one, they talk to that one, and they say, oh, I can get land. I've heard it, like, I can get land for $400. If you can get land for $400, then you're gonna go and get that land. Go and get that land, and let's see if you don't end up spending a whole lot more than that, or lose a whole lot more than that. So please don't come to me and say, oh, but I can get land for this price. Then you're gonna go and get it. That's the best thing you can do, is to just go and do it. If you feel like you're coming to me for a reason. You're coming to me for a reason. You're paying for the land. You're paying for the security to make sure you get the land. You're paying to make sure that I facilitate that. You're paying for the surveyor to make sure that he does his job. You're paying for that customer service to ensure that the job is done. Otherwise, go somewhere else. I'm gonna be real and cutthroat with you. Like, I'm not into the and ahhing. If you wanna come to me and and ah, then, you know, it's best you just go somewhere else. Also, customers that come to me 1 year and they're like, it's happened so many times. They come and be like, oh yeah, I'm so interested. I wanna get this land, how much is the price? I tell them, boom, this is the price. Imagine 3 years ago, people were coming to me and I was telling them, this is the price. Like, oh my God, that's expensive. I'm like, all right, cool. Go and look and see what's around and see if that's expensive. Then they come running back maybe a year later. So, okay, we realized it wasn't expensive. And I keep telling them, okay, well, it's more than that now. Like inflation, land prices go up. Do you know what I mean? The highway that leads to our land is being developed. Like land prices are going up. Just like cement is going up and every other material is going up. Land prices do go up. So sometimes you just need to get in there, get the price while you can and keep it moving. In comparison to Accra land prices, in comparison to Abri land prices, or even just further out from our land, we're in the eastern region, so home, but even just further out from there, go and see what the prices are. We're talking $500,000 a plot in Accra, $1 million a plot in Accra. We're talking 10 to 80,000 to 100,000 a plot in Abri. Like, it just depends where you go. But I can tell you right now, you ain't gonna get the price that I'm giving you in those areas or the surrounding areas. We worked very hard in the last 4 years to ensure that, you know, we keep that price down. And I can't guarantee that I can keep it as low as I have it. Reason being, is already going up. Because when the chiefs and the kings realize how much business we're bringing in and how much Americans and English and the dollar and the pound is coming in, well, cha-ching, ching, eyes get big and eyes get wide. And, you know, prices go up. So we need to take advantage now while we can. And, you know, nobody is gonna own land, not from me anyway, outright. There's no freehold in Ghana. It's all leased land. But you need to have that faith. Me personally, I'm cool with 50 years. Even though I've got the, like I said, the renewal of 45 years, I have 95 years. I'm cool with 50 years. Do you know why? Because I know my Father is coming. I know the King of Kings, Adonai, Adonai, I am that I am is coming. I know my Father Yahuwah is coming and is on his way. He's already poured out his spirit into me. He's already pouring out his spirit into you, I hope. He's already showing us that he is en route. So, you know, I look forward to the promise. I look forward to my inheritance that the Most High Yahuwah promised his children, promised the children of Israel, promised the children of Judah, promised the Levites, promised the Benjamins, Manasseh. Like, I look forward to all of that. It's coming. And this is why I like to just roll with believers, because they just understand it's just a like-minded situation. If you ain't an unbeliever, listen, I'm here. I'm gonna be a light to the Gentiles. I'm here to be a light to you but just know I'm gonna move in that area. I'm gonna move in righteousness. I'm gonna move in the fruits of the Spirit. I'm gonna move in obedience to my Father. If that doesn't resonate with you, I'm sorry, but that's how we gonna do business. That's strictly how we gonna do business. Don't bring your little Babylon habits to me. Don't bring your Western habits to me. Come to me humble. Pray and come to me humble. Even if you've never prayed before, just say, Father, is this the one? And he'll let you know exactly what you need to know. Anyway, I'm gonna fly out. I wanted to make this a quick video. I think it's about 30 minutes now, so that's all good. If you want to book a consultation, go to lifewiththekings.com. Otherwise, you can catch us on our email, lifeking, king always with 2 I's, life always spelled L-Y-F-E, lifeking@gmail.com. I'll put it down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there, bam. And yeah, check out our website, check out our website. You can secure some land instantly there, or you book a consultation and we can have a conversation. Let me fill you out. If you're interested in the last few plots of Yehuda, you can't go on our website and get it instantly because it's a faith-based village. We need to have a conversation. You need to book a consultation. If it's Ruby or Freedom, you can book, you can secure your land directly online. Okay, shalom, peace, all praises to the Most High. Have a blessed day, and I pray the Most High continues to work miracles in your life as He is in ours. Hallelujah.